I've been researching dash cams for well over a year now, trying to find the latest and the greatest, and I've watched countless reviews on YouTube, and I've read countless articles on the interwebs, and I finally decided that I needed to try something cheap before I decided to buy something more advanced or something with with GPS tracking and all of that. So I found this. It's a $50 dash cam. Minor investment to find out if this product is even worth it. And I will tell you right now, just to save you some time, this is a great camera. I've been using it for a week without any issues except for one, which I'll explain later. And again, that issue that I had is a minor issue. So anyways, I'm gonna get right to it. I'm going to explain to you what comes in the box. I'm going to explain to you how the camera works. And then we'll talk about the one issue I had. So here's the box. When you get this in the mail from Amazon, the first thing you're going to think is, oh my god, I just got ripped off, because this box looks like very cheaply made. I mean, the company, the black box, I mean, they're just shady right off the bat. But everything that was supposed to come with it, what came with it. Okay, it does have auto power on when you're using the cigarette lighter adapter in your vehicle. It does do 1080p. It does have the screen. It does do loop recording. It is seamless. The transition between videos is pretty good. And it does support 32 gigabyte micro SD cards. However, if you're going to get a 32 gigabyte card, do not get a class 10 card, get a class 4. I've read online that the higher class cards have problems with this camera. They don't communicate with each other very well. So get a class 4 32 gigabyte micro SD card. They're like $12 on Amazon. Now, here's what the camera does not have. The camera does not have night vision. There are no IR LEDs here, okay? This is a light, yes, but it is not an IR LED light that's gonna improve the night vision on the camera. It's just a light, okay? So here's what you get in the box. You get one HDMI cable. You get one USB to micro USB cable. You get one cigarette lighter adapter to micro USB cable. You get one dash mount. Okay? You get one camera. There she is. You get one manual. And you get a thank you card. Okay? So here we go. Here's the camera. Nice finish on the front. Low profile, which is what I was looking for. However, it does have the chrome bezel surrounding the lens, which I don't like. However, there is a different version, G1W, out there that has it painted black. I did not know this at the time of my purchase. So here's the screen. I'm going to turn the camera on so you can see the approximate size. Alright, here's what the screen is going to look like for you. Pretty basic. Date, battery life. I'm assuming that's indicating that there's an SD card in here. The resolution I'm recording at. The length of the last clip, I'm assuming. I think that's the gravity feature. No idea. This shows that the mic is on, so that when it is recording, it's also recording audio, which it does a very good job doing. This is the exposure setting. I don't mess with that. This is the loop recording setting. Mine is set at 5 minutes, and this is showing that I'm in recording video mode. Now, up and down is to scroll through the menu options when we go into the menu. The menu button is right here. The power button is here. This port, I'm assuming, is for an external GPS that this unit does not come with. This is where you plug in your power. So, we're going to go into the menu by pressing the menu button. It's going to take you into the first selection of menus. Now, there's a mode button and a record button. The record button acts as the OK button or the enter button. These, again, we're going to scroll through the menus. For resolution, you can change the resolution, leave it on 1080p. Micro SD cards are cheap enough nowadays, you don't need to worry about storage space. You don't have to degrade the quality of your video to save space on a micro SD card. By the way, this camera does not come with a micro SD card. Alright, going on. Leave it on a 1080p. Loop recording. Self-explanatory. The camera will loop over itself when the memory card fills up. You want to leave that on. WDR, no idea. Exposure, I don't need to mess with that. Motion detection, self-explanatory. You can change this on or off. I would leave it off only because anytime somebody walks in front of the camera, it's going to start recording, or any movement in front of the camera is going to start recording. It's going to take up space on your memory card. Record audio, on and off. Date stamp, on and off. Self-explanatory. Gravity sensor. Okay, let's say you get into an accident and there's a big jerk. The sensitivity on the gravity sensor is going to activate the record function automatically. So I leave mine on medium. License plate. You can actually enter your own license plate number in here, which I'm not going to do right now. So, second menu. Yeah, okay, I get it. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. I had to charge my battery a little bit. Died on me while we were doing this. Alright, I don't know where we left off, but real quick, I'm just going to go back to these menus. Date and time settings, you can set your date and time. Auto power off. You know, you can set how many minutes before it auto powers off. Your options are 3, 5, and 10. I leave mine at 3. Beep sounds on and off. Language settings, self-explanatory. TV mode, PAL or NTSC, those are your two options depending on where you live. Frequency, 50 Hz or 60 Hz, those are your two options. Lamp setting, this is what I was talking about, the light. It's not night mode, it's not IR. You can either turn it on or off. The only thing this light is good for is if you get into an accident, it's dark out, your phone's dead, you don't have a camera, you can use this as a camera to take pictures, and this light will help you get pictures of license plates, damage, whatever you need. For evidentiary purposes, you can turn that on and off. You can format the card. Screensaver, while you're driving, it's recording, the screen will stay on unless you tell it to turn off, so that you're not distracted. I like leaving mine on. Delayed shutdown, you can delay when the camera shuts down. That seems like the other option. Anyways, default setting, you can reset the camera to all its default settings, and the version, it'll show you what firmware you're using on the camera. This is not the original firmware that was on this camera. I had to update the firmware through the manufacturer website because the date and time on here kept resetting every time the camera would turn off and on. Again, that's where we're at. Menu off. Record button acts as the OK or enter button, and it also turns the record on, as you can see by the red light. Press it again, it stops recording. Alright, oh, my battery's gonna die. Alright, the mode. You can change the mode button to switch to picture mode so you can snap pictures. Alright, so that's basically it. You need to know where everything is on the camera. There's power, GPS, HDMI. Oh, by the way, if you don't have this HDMI port on your camera, you probably have a knockoff. If your camera records in anything other than .mov format, you probably have a knockoff. Microphone's little hole there, and here's where your SD card goes. Again, I have a 32 gigabyte. This is a class 4. It's class 4 micro SD card. See the little 4 with the circle on it? Anyways, get a class 4 card. Don't get anything higher because I've read that there's issues recording with higher class cards. So again, you can't adjust the focus or anything like that. It's stationary. It does have a very nice wide angle, which I'm going to show you. So again, keep in mind, $50, and this thing does a fantastic job. I'm going to show you right now. Again, there's a link below on the firmware fix for the date time issue. If you have a date time problem where you turn the camera off, turn it back on, and the date resets itself to 1/1/2016 each time, click the link below. It'll take you directly to the website and a link to download the new firmware. Be careful. you have to follow the instructions on how to update that firmware. If you don't know how to do it, I can explain it to you. It's very easy. All right, enjoy the clips. All right, so that's it. G1W dash cam, black box, $50 Amazon. Can't beat it. Great price. The camera does its job. I gotta say, it does its job. That's all I care about. I may not even upgrade to something better. Well, I take that back. I've actually been looking at the KDLINKS X1. It's $170, but it comes with a GPS unit in the box. So I've actually been looking at that one. The software, the firmware, if you look at them, if you look any reviews on YouTube, the firmware is like exactly the same because the menus are the same. So I'm assuming there's similarities in the firmware. But that's a good camera system to look at too. You know what? I'll even put a link to a review on that camera, the KDLINKS X1, if you're looking at something with GPS tracking as well. Some people care about that. I care about that, but I just didn't want to spend the money right now for it. So if you're looking for something on a budget, G1W, links below. If you like my review, I know I've been kind of went through it really fast. If you did like it though, hit the like button. If you have any questions, ask me and I'll answer them. I don't make a lot of videos. I don't have a lot of time to check up on my YouTube channel, but I do my best. So just let me know. Take care.